Hello everyone, this is Cookies. It's been a few weeks since I've recorded for this particular series, but hopefully I can knock this out before Illwinter gets a new patch released, because I keep hearing that it's in the works. Alright, so I've got turn 84, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. I am trying to remember a little bit about where I was. Okay, so we put up Celestial Rainbow. And the reason why we put this up was they were casting Lost Land at us. So I believe it gives a 30% dome chance everywhere. So if they've got a 30% chance of losing their 100 Earth Gems, that might be a high enough chance that they stop casting it. So we went ahead and did that. It also gives you 2 luck scales, so it puts us back up at luck 3, which is great. And we managed to stop a hostile spell. I think Kirby stopped a couple of spells too. We went back and looked it up, and it turned out it was we were stopping some site searching spells from Hinnom. So a little bit, a little bit self-inflicted, but not a big deal. All right, let's see. So jumping in to some of these battles, let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so we've got the Marverni army here. Okay. This is a really common issue if you use the spread formation and you have like a big mage ball in the center, is for whatever reason, the whole spread formation will get shunted off to the side. Because I guarantee you, this whole mage ball was in the center, and then the big box of boars was over the top of it. But I don't know what it is, but when like Illwinter's code goes to place the spread formation, it's like, oh, I can't put it here. There's a bunch of stuff in the middle. And so it just shunts it out, the whole formation off to the side. Which is generally pretty annoying, because now you've got a vulnerability here where, you know, maybe Hell could get cast and you'd lose some mages. Doesn't really matter here, though. Alright, then we've got fight in Genport. I'm going to try and move this a little bit faster. Let's see. Alright, so I suppose we can take a quick look at what the Kalasa army is fielding. So here's the gear on it for anyone interested. It's got a number of Yakshini and Yakshas and Kanaras. I don't know, it's been really fun seeing late game Kalasa. And then over on the Hinnom side, we got the Melkart storming the fort. So this guy's got Bloodstone armor, he's got Gen Blood, so which gives him magic power. And then has some other gear on him. The Woundfind amulet, I believe, with our Bless, he gets time to do it. I believe that gives him... Oh, so the affliction resistance is different than disease resistant. Okay. But it should give him very good protection against getting afflicted. So we'll see if he actually does end up getting afflicted. Now, the other pips of regen are coming from the Bloodthorn, which is a partial life drain. And he is a big scary Melkart, so he's got fear based in, so that's why stuff is running. Really, this guy desperately needs to get Fire Shield up and running. Okay, so he's routed now. Although he can go berserk, so every now and again he gets scared and then gets brave. Did eventually pick up a limp, which for how many hits he's taken isn't very surprising. So now we're about to get another interaction with Twilight. And if you'd just been able to cast Fire Shield. Alright, so stuff should start disappearing at round 150. Oh, I guess that's when attackers are out. Right, because Twilight's just the... Alright, but Defender should route, I think, it's not too long after. Maybe around 175. There we go. And now he needs to get away before around 200, or he'll pop, I believe. There we go. So a whole lot of nothing burger. He does kill most of the stuff in here. And assuming he's, get Fire Shield up and running, he should be able to clear the rest of it out. Not a big deal. Alright. Anyways, in terms of what's going on this turn, not a heck of a lot going on. I'm gathering stuff in Vlex in terms of, maybe some army potential. Most of the blood hunting is running out of Lepentha now. Use this Nexus Gate to get around. So that's been really nice having a Nexus Gate in Abysia. And in terms of forging, this is what all we're forging. And then in terms of what we're sending, this is a lot of what we're sending. All right. And I think that's it for turn 84. I'll go ahead and pull up turn 85. Okay, so I've got turn 85 pulled up, actually. Okay, so I went ahead just to save some time. I took a look through some of the battles. So this mill cart kills a Van Hearse. And the only two battles really worth watching, it looks like, are Astardium. So here we go again. Yeah, so this time he goes ahead and throws up the fire shield. I'm not sure where the bloodstone armor went, or if it's a different mill cart. But yeah, the Sublime Mages are on advancing casts, and they come up and they start doing Ghost Grip and Leech. So a lot of his, I think, no, none of it succeeds. Not sure what he's trying to do here. I guess flee. Alright. But that might be a replay bug, because what actually ends up happening is he ends up dying. And I'm assuming it's the leech casting. But he does clear out a little bit more chaff. And then in Amakria, we've got the Marverni army. And here we've got a pretty fun defense from Arco. He's cast Vapor Flames, which I think does 10 AP damage to anyone trying to charge through the flames. Any enemies, that is. And then he's got a bunch of Wind Riders. This is their Bless and Holy Weapons, Blood Surge, Righteous Wrath, and Larger. Marverni Bless, I guess it's larger up until the point where they get blessed. And we got Jade Maidens. We got Long Dead Archers. We got Draconians. Let's see. We got Dag the Golem. We got Hymir the Golem. Marverni coming out with a big time stop. And so we can see here, I must have messed up, but Master and Slave must have gone off. There we go. There's another one. So a fair amount of the Arco army is just getting stolen. Which means the Boars are breaking through the gate. In terms of the enchantments, Relief and Howl got added. Howl by both sides. Alright, boars are starting to break through. Alright. Pretty fun battle. Let's see. Enslaved Mind. Just trying to see some of the stuff that was cast, but I don't know that it's going to be easy. Astral Healing. Yeah, I think some of these logs got a little bit borked. We could take a look maybe on round 5 or so. Let's see. Alright. So this one was doing Fire Fend, and this is the Demi-Lich. We've got the Ankh here on Marverni. Army of Mist, Thunderfend, Frostfend, Divine Blessing, Anti-Magic, Power of the Spheres, Frostflesh Army, Strength of Gaia, Anti-Magic, Serpent's Blessing from Marverni, Fanaticism, Living Fire, Storm, Strength of Gaia, Strength of Gaia, Strength of Gaia, Marble Army, Hell. Yeah, I mean, lots of good buffs. Frostfend. We can maybe go through and take a look at the troops after a few rounds. Alright, that should be most of the buffs out of the bag. Alright, so we've got luck. So I forget what that's called now. I think that Dreamwild Legion. Although I think in this case it's coming from the artifact. We got the Twist Fate spell. I forget the name of that one. We got regen. A little bit of shock res, poison, shock res, fire res, poison res. The bless coming in, attack skill larger and invulnerability. Got Army of Mist. We do have anti-magic. We've got a protection spell. I think that's Marble Army, because you get the Cold Malice, so that's probably why they're missing the Cold Res. I think Fanaticism went up. +3. I I think that's just from being enlarged. And yeah, I think that's most of it. But yeah, good number of buffs here. Now for Arco, we've got Unholy Weapons, Blood Surge, Righteous Wrath, Enlarger. We have Fire Res, Poison Res. I think this is Marble Army again, because you're missing the Cold Res. So I think both sides might have been vulnerable to a Grip of Winter play, potentially. They do have regen. They've got the army-wide Twist Fate. Let's see. Got Anti-Magic. Got Fanaticism again. That's from Larger. And yeah, I think that's most of it. So hopefully that gives you guys an idea about what was put into that. Here's the results. So Marverni loses a Bane Lord. Only 61 Great Pores, gained some stuff. And the Arco army gets wiped out to a man. So pretty big win for Marverni there. Let's see, we get some gold. These Clockwork Birds are interesting because I was playing around with those, and apparently they just have a chance to prevent an assassination. So I think in the past they let you get more bodyguards, but now they just don't even do that. You might it just wastes the assassin's turn, which can be interesting. All right, and then Muspelheim is vanquished. All right. So in terms of what we're doing, we're getting kind of set up to fight the Pan team and the Baratos team. Trying to keep an eye out on this conflict because it's likely that we're going to have to fight Marverni, the Marverni team at some point. So we're hoping for a good defense from the Vanheim team, Vanheim, Arco, and Roos. I forget, I think at some point around here, we sub someone in for Vanheim. I forget exactly where. I do start chatting with that player a little bit. Trying to give some ideas because those Marverni armies look tough. And then we've also got to finish storming this Zabalba fort. But yeah, other than that, in terms of what we're forging this turn, let's see. Yeah, I mean, trying to make a bunch of stuff. We're going to try out a Cthulhu staff. I don't know that that's a great item. I think it gives insanity or something. You know, for only temporary water gems or pearls, I forget. But you know, it could still be helpful. And then yeah, just making a lot of boosters and temporary gem gens. And then this is what we're sending out. And I think we can call it for this turn, turn 85. I'll go ahead and jump into turn 86. Okay, so I pulled up turn 86, and that's when hostilities start with the other two teams. So I'll start this in its own episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.